love what we do here, please consider backing us on Patreon. Please take a second and click the thumbs up. It really helps us out.
Eda! Yağmur'un yanında konuşmayalım.
Yağmurcuğum sen arabaya bin hadi. Harun nerede?
Hastanede.
Ne?
Ama önemli bir şey değil. Küçük bir kaza.
Hemen gidelim.
Sakin ol. Dediğim gibi önemli bir şey değil.
Doğru söyle Tarık. Durumu nasıl? İyi mi?
Söyledi size. Telefonu kapat. Bana ver.
Eda Hanım. Alo.
Yoksa...
Hayır. Al.
Çok beklettin değil mi? Ama bugünün özel olması gerekiyordu.
Benimle oyun oynama Kenan.
Merak etme. Son oyun. Perde bu gece kapanacak.
Eda, Yağmur. Bırak onları, Allah'ın belası.
Welcome back to the KK, where we're continuing an international cycle of awesome DID scenes. This episode, as you just saw, we're covering a Turkish TV series that aired from 2009 to 2011 called Unutulmaz, which translates to unforgettable, not to be confused with unforgivable.
And I left a bag of cess in the mailbox for her parents to find. Get her in a little trouble. Unforgivable.
Unforgettable. Are these scenes going to be unforgettable? Let's check them out.
Günaydın. Kahvaltı hazır.
Kızıma ne yaptığını görüyor musun? Oyun bitsin artık.
Ama nereye? Orası belli değil işte. O zaman artık zor kararı duyalım senden. Hangisi? Sevdiğin kadın mı? Hangisi?
Kıpırdama. Geç şöyle. Nerede?
Beni arayıp gelmemi söyledi, sonra da gitti.
Nereye gitti?
Bilmiyorum.
Ne demek bilmiyorum lan?
Yemin ederim bilmiyorum.
Yanındaki kadınla çocuk nerede? Nereye kaçtın korkak?
Beni oyuna getireceğini düşündün değil mi kuş beyinli? Yeterli dersi alamıyorsun. Sana özel bir ders vereceğim aptal.
Aşağılık herif!
Yaşayamam.
Sonunda akıllandı seninki.
Ne yapmaya çalışıyor bu lanet herif?
Sana benimle oynama demiştim Harun Arslan. Anlatamamışım demek.
Acımasız vahşi hayvanın tekisin.
Evet, haklısın. Şimdi ikimiz de silahlarımızı yavaşça yere bırakacağız. Evet, haklısın. Acımasızım, vahşi. O lanet baban insanlığımı öldürünceye kadar. Şimdi benden hesap sormaya hiçbir hakkın yok.
Ha? Bunca masum insana acı çektirdin.
Sessizliğin ne olduğunu anla diye.
Ona nasıl?
Silahı da feda ediyorsun, öyle mi?
Şimdi sen de kardeşinin ölümünü izleyeceksin.
İstersen birlikte sayıp öyle çekelim ha? Ne dersin?
Dur.
Neyse. Ece gel buraya.
Eda'yı bırakmadan olmaz.
Tamam. Sevdiklerimizin canının yanmasını istemeyiz, değil mi?
Kızımı öldürdün katil. Can senden. Senin
Etmem dostum. Da olacağım.
Abi! Çekil!
Bin arabaya Ece.
Tamam canım. Tamam. Geçti. Bitti bir tane. Tamam.
Yağmur!
Sen kızımızı korumak için elinden geleni yaptın. Yine kucaklayacağız kızımızı. Öpüp koklayacağız. Böyle olacağını bilemezdim. Hadi gel.
Try and see them. Now, are these 2-star scenes? See, the reason I went with that, I thought there could have been maybe a little more action with the damsel. There's a lot more to these that I did show. This series of events takes place over 3 episodes. There's a lot of stuff with her and the little girl. I don't know if it's her daughter or not. Which, by the way, the little girl was not killed off screen. That was a decoy. She ends up showing up later, so he didn't kill the little girl. But there's a lot of scenes with them on the boat together. It's a lot of not too much action stuff, so obviously I didn't include it all. The damsel, what is it? I can't say her name. I'm gonna butcher it. It's like Özlem Yılmaz or something. It'll be in the description. I feel bad. She's beautiful. Good Turkish babe. We hold the Turks to very high standards. That's one of the reasons this is considered a 2-star scene for this cycle. That's not to say it's not good. You guys have probably not seen it before. I did dig it out. I did the recordings. That's why it came out, this good. But I thought it was a good, solid way to dig into this cycle, and I'm going to do some commentary on it now. Are these scenes unforgettable? Let's find out. So I did the recording on all of these. We got a Turkish scene here, this show called Unutulmaz, I don't know, it's unforgettable. That's what it translates to. We have a babe and a young girl that are suckered by this guy into a car. The whole thing ends up being a hostage exchange, which, those can come out pretty good. I thought this stuff was decent. One thing I will say, I tried looking it up, and it's so hard with international stuff to try and look up actors, actresses, cross-reference things, find episodes. The only reason this show is even in IMDb is because one of those gag face collectors on IMDb included the damsel from this. And so they have this episode in the IMDb, and there's no other episodes. So basically, without this DID scene, IMDb may not even have a page for this show. This guy right here, I'm going to show you him.
Aramaya devam edin. En ufak bir bilgiyi bana hemen haber vereceksiniz, tamam mı?
I'm pretty sure that's one of the military dudes from Saws, isn't it?
Kuvvet komutanımız tebriklerini iletti. Sizinle çalışmak büyük bir zevk.
Sağ olun komutanım.
Isn't that this guy? See, I don't know for sure. That's the thing. I'm noticing a lot of these Turkish scenes. They're recycling these same actors in all these DID scenes. It's pretty funny. This is not the first guy I've seen this for. So, he has the woman and the little girl. I don't know if it's mother and daughter. I don't think it is. Based off, I'm kind of like trying to interpret stuff from watching the show. I don't think it is, but yeah, they have them on the boat. Somehow they get off the boat. That's kind of the thing too, is it never showed how this guy got off the boat. Like, they want you to think he's on there when the cops show up, but somehow he got off. And now all of a sudden she's been gagged off screen. She's in the back seat. Excuse me. And she does some really good struggling when she thinks the little girl has been killed, but she hasn't. Yeah, it shows her doing some good struggling. And then there's like this flashback montage with these weird, like, almost black and white scenes with her sitting gagged in the back seat, feeling all sorry for herself. It's solid stuff. There's some decent close-ups. When they actually get to the exchange, that is where it shows her again, a good close-up in the back seat, probably the best close-up you get of the whole thing. And then you have the actual exchange. This gag does look a little weird. Seems to be on there pretty good, but it's got like the lighting, I think, through the windshield is kind of different. It looks good. They do this exchange, right? And there's some shots of her. The other guy, the good guy, like, threatens the other woman, but he's not going to kill her, which is weird. They do the exchange, they walk by each other. I've seen this a lot in international shows, with people like doing that wide open exchange where they walk past each other. What happens though, this episode ends on a cliffhanger and picks up into the next episode, okay? When it ends, this guy picks the gun up and he shoots at her. And I swear to you, you probably can't tell this from the edit I showed, because I didn't want it to look this way, because they did some real deception here. You would swear this guy shot her right in the back. Like, it's pretty clear he shot this woman, the gagged damsel, right in the back with the gun. But then when the next episode picks up, she's totally fine. Like, he did not shoot her in the back. So it's like real, like, deceiving the way they shot this. And so I didn't bother to be deceiving with it in the edit, because I didn't want to make it, I don't know why they did that. I guess to make people watch the next episode. But it's got some flaws, for sure. Like I said, it's not bad. For the Turks, we expect much more out of them. So I'm calling it, a 2-star, for this cycle. it could have been better, but it's not so bad. So, and some decent shots of her. So that's what we got here for Unforgettable. Back to the TV. So there you have it. That is Unforgettable. Were those scenes unforgettable? Not by Turkish standards. Good, but no, we know what the Turks can do. So we will see that babe again at some point. You can almost bet on that. But good stuff. You know, good way to get into this here. And yeah, so that's what we got. And I will see you guys soon.
Ona nasıl? Evet, haklısın. Şimdi ikimiz de silahlarımızı yavaşça yere bırakacağız. İstersen birlikte sayıp öyle çekelim, ha? Ne dersin? 1 3 Dur! Neyse. İstersen birlikte sayıp öyle çekelim, ha? Ne dersin? 1
If you love what we do here, please consider backing us on Patreon.